Hi, my viewers. Thank you so much for coming back and to watch my videos on my channel. My name is Tawia Matope. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that when I post videos, you'll be the first one to know. Right. Today I'm going to talk to you about the proposed agency rules in England for social workers practicing in England. There is a colleague who came to my inbox and asked me about what are the proposed rules that we are hearing about. For those, obviously the person who asked me is currently in Zimbabwe, practicing in Zimbabwe and looking to coming to practice in England. So it may not necessarily be something that will affect you straight away, because obviously when you come over, you'll be coming on a visa and you will need to be working for the first 5 years before you get your indefinite leave to remain, before you can practice as a locum social worker. Other than that, you might be able to practice as a locum only for those 20 hours that you are permitted to work on your visa, but it's very rare for you to be able to practice as a locum worker without that much experience, so to speak. But however, I'm just gonna talk about these few things that that I've read or that I know about agents staff rules which the government is planning to put in place. I would say from April 2024. These are just proposals. It's not gonna be, something which might be implemented all 8 points of them, but it might be possible that some of these proposals might actually take effect in April 12, 2024. So we don't know, but these are just proposals. Obviously, there will be consultations which will be done within the industry to see whether these things are really implementable, or it's possible for them to implement them in actual fact. Right. So the first one is the government wants all procurement of agent staff to follow national rules. The national rules are some of these proposed things or proposed points which I'm going to be talking about. And it would be a requirement for all agencies or local authorities or fostering agencies which employ agents workers to follow the national rules. That's number one. Number two, they want to implement what we call national caps on what local authorities may pay per hour for locums. This, I think, that's my own thinking. I think it will be depending on region by region, because obviously the pay cap or the pay per hour for agent staff in, for example, in Yorkshire will be different from the agents pay per hour for agent staff members who are practicing in London. But they are looking at implementing what they call national price caps on what local authorities may pay per hour for locum staff members, for locum social workers. And then point number three is they want to implement a requirement where social workers who have graduated from unis from April 2024, they should have a minimum of 5 years post-qualified experience working with children. This is specifically for children's social care. I'm not sure whether it's going to go to adult social care, as I know that there's not that much pressure on adult social care as compared to children, but this is specifically for children's social care. So they are saying by April 2024, you must have a minimum of 5 years post-qualified experience as a children's social care social worker upon completion of ASYE before you can be appointed as an agent's worker. Yeah. So basically what they are saying is upon completion of ASYE, you need to finish 5 more years of practicing as a social worker in a local authority, employed in a local authority as a permanent social worker before you can go agency. That's point number 3. And point number 4, they want to ban all project teams. We know there are some local authorities which employ project teams to catch up with cases which are drifting or delaying, or to catch up with cases where they can't fill up those positions with qualified staff members, so that work can go ahead. So they are planning to ban hiring of project teams in local authorities. I don't know, obviously it's associated with the costs, because if you're hiring a project team, it means you have to pay them a higher rate than normal that is paid to other people. Right. Point number 5 is a requirement for employers to request and provide references for all agent social worker candidates. I know some local authorities are already doing this, but it will be a requirement that all agents workers who are leaving the local authority or who are coming to work in a local authority, you need to acquire their references before you can employ them. Point number 6 is that councils should not engage agents workers for a period of 3 months after they've left a substantive role within the same region, excluding certain exceptions. It's not clear what certain exceptions they're talking about here, but what they're basically saying is if you have been working in, say, London, and you have given a notice as a permanent social worker, you cannot work in that same region for a minimum period of 3 months. So you need to be working elsewhere before you can come back and work in that region. I think all these are measures to try to curb people going agency or stuff like that. I'm not quite sure, but these are just some of the rules which are being proposed by the government to be implemented in the foreseeable future. Point number 8 is the collection and sharing of core agents and pay data to support better workforce planning and ability to monitor and enforce and assess the impact of the proposals. I think what they're basically saying with regards to the point number 8, which is the last one, is just that local authorities will be required to collect data on agent staff, how much they are paying them, how many agent staff they are having, which I think some local authorities, they're already doing that, but it will be a requirement now with these proposals which are being put forward, such that it will be a reporting standard to make sure that when you report about maybe the number of children who are open on CP plans, number of children open on child in need plans, you also need to report on the number of agent staff that you are employing in your local authority and how much the local authority is possibly spending on those agent staff. So with those 8 points, those are some of the proposals that I know which are being proposed at the moment with regards to employing agent staff, which circulating around, called the proposed agent staff rules. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. For watching this video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that when I post videos, you'll be the first person to know. Thank you so much.